Well, hello, we're starting another one of these videos here. So I got this is what I'm doing on all four corners of the slide outs here, just an angle, just a piece that covers the angle, riveted on. And this is just really light 20 gauge aluminum, and lots of sealant in behind it and everything, and then we just put that cap right on over the corners. I've only got the first one done so far. I did that last night, and it just covers this edge up here. So I'll do that on all the corners. Knocking these rivets here out in the corners and putting countersunk ones in, so it's flush, and then putting the cap over top and then re-riveting it. So Pops says he's gonna start cleaning the interior out so we can start working our way to doing the floors. This a little ways away from it yet, but this floor has to come up. We're going to replace that with that'll be the next project once these slide outs are done. Replace that floor with some light, I don't know, maybe 3/8 treated plywood, and then the spray foam is going to go on that for the floor insulation, and then the next to the floor, the finished floor, is going to go here, which is going to be from 2 to I think it's 3.5 inches or more at the front here above the original floor, so it brings it up level. Because when I first started this, I mentioned that these buses have a 3.5 inch taper to the floor from back to front, and we got to get rid of this because of the slide outs. If you're not putting slide outs in, you don't need to worry about it. It doesn't really matter, but when these slide outs are in here, the floor has to be level. So that's going to be our next project once these slide outs are done, which is still a little ways away. And I got few comments that from people that they would like us to video, using the tools that we use to do this a little bit more. So we'll try and incorporate that in whenever we can. It takes two guys to kind of do that, one guy to run the camera and the other guy to run the tools. So I don't know, how much we'll be able to do that, but whenever we can, we'll try and incorporate that and try and make it a little more interesting. Anyways, on we go. Alright, so I've been working on the driver's side slide out here. I've already been filming a whole lot because it's virtually identical to the other side, and figured I'd bored you guys on all enough with the other one, so I'll just do minimal filming on this one, just to show a little bit of progress. One thing I did do though, I also lost misplaced, we'll call it that, my external mic. So until I can find that, the sound's going to be a little crappy again. Sorry about that. But so what I did, I went back to my original idea of putting this in the brake and bending a flange there, and then one up at the top. It's just sitting there right now, so it's not out tight or anything. But the other side, I'm not real thrilled with putting the piece here and on the bottom, just like a 90-degree piece on the bottom, like I ended up doing on the other side. Seemed like a good idea at the time, and then when I actually went and did it, I don't know. There's an edge here. I mean, I'll seal it up and it'll be fine, but there's an edge here that the water can gather on and eventually maybe leak through. I was worried about that flange up there maybe sticking out too far, but it's, I don't think it was really a valid concern. And the way it is like that, well, there's, you know, water doesn't run uphill, so it'll just run off of that. And then on the bottom here, you know, there's no lip for it to catch on, so decided to go back to that plan. And I guess over time we'll decide, we'll find out which one's better. So anyways, like I say, I'm not going to film a whole lot of this, and hopefully I can find my mic fairly soon. But that's it for now. I guess the other thing I should note is that this slide out is 13 feet long, and the longest material I could get was 12. So I have a 12-foot section of aluminum you can see up there, and then I have to make these extensions. So what I'm going to do, I already did the other one, what I'm going to do is roll a flange into this with the bead roller. So I have some flanging dies here that haven't been used in a while, but they still work. I have to spend some time cleaning them up. Anyways, they still work. So yeah, so I'm going to roll a flange on that so that that other piece that's up there, the 12-foot piece, sits on top of this edge here. And I'll seal it and rivet all the way across there. And I'm not sure, I might use some aluminum filler, body filler, to get rid of the seam, or not, I don't know, we'll see. But I have countersunk rivets, 3/16 countersunk rivets, so I'll rivet the skin to this on, you know, one on each end, and then go from there. And then this, you know, sits down over the edge, and I'll rivet it here. Yeah. Anyways, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll take another shot of this once it's done. I can't really show it as I'm doing it because I don't have that many hands, but I will take another little clip of this once I've got it flanged. So there's the flange put in it. This material is too heavy to put a full 90-degree step flange in this kind of a step, so it's the edge of the piece of material that's up there now, the 12-foot, will sit right where that black line is, and then this just has a 45-degree angle type step in it, and then you know, and then the other piece. So you might be able to get it right down to a 90, but then it's too deep anyways, so that's just right. When I lay another piece of aluminum on there, let's get it out where I can lay another piece of aluminum on there. That is what it'll look like. Probably easier, I'll just put it in up top there, and then film a little bit of it. Hopefully I can film this without falling off the ladder. But that's what it looks like. Too much seam sealer. Across there, and then I'll seal under here, rivet all across here, and these are both this surface here and this here at the same height. So I might, after I've riveted it, I might use some all metal filler and just fill that and sand it smooth. I'm not sure. We'll see. Nobody can see it, but with that groove in there, you know, there's always a chance there someday it might start to leak, so it might be easier, better just to fill that to start with, and then I can go with that. So I've already got the one on the other end. They're just sitting in here. Nothing's riveted yet, but anyways, that's how I'm doing it. All right, and there's where that flange looks like up on the inside here. So I'll just have a row of rivets right along down through here, and same thing on the other end. So hopefully that'll work all right. Well, as I said earlier in earlier one of these segments, I haven't been doing a lot of filming because this is virtually the same as the slide out on the other side. It's really dark in here, so you can't see a damn thing. But I got the all the panels made for the skin. I've had them on. I just pulled them back off again, and putting the seal surface molding or pieces in. Just about done that. So I will finish that up tomorrow night and put the seals in on this second slide out. Virtually the same as the other one, so I haven't been doing a lot of detailed filming. We'll take a look at what it looks like from the outside. So with the slide in, looks the same as the other side for all intents and purposes. So figured I'd not bother filming a lot of this because I've heard enough of my jibber jabber already. But anyways, I'll put this probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes of video here so that I've got over the last few weeks. So I'll put that up tonight, I guess, and then continue on. Hope to have this one done by the end of next weekend, but we'll see how that goes. It was 6 weeks to do the first slide out, and I guess 3 weeks to do this one. Maybe the third one I can do in a week. Dream on. Anyways, that's where we're at. So that'll be it for now, I guess.